Today you will see the summary of episode 1 of the series that is giving a lot to talk about, Extraordinary Attorney Woo. This episode starts when the doctor informs Woo Young-yu's dad that his daughter has autism. When they both return from the appointment, the dad talks to the owner of the building and he accuses him of something and they start fighting. Woo Young-yu gets very upset and nervous, but suddenly she starts talking about the criminal law articles. The father can't believe it, because it's the first time his daughter is talking, but he's even more surprised to learn that she remembers the information from criminal law books, something that might be a bit strange for her age. We then see Woo Young-yu as a young adult preparing for her first day at work, but first she stops by her father's restaurant and he gives her some advice for her first day. As she is on her way, she hears whale sounds and thinks about them, as it is something that helps her relax. When she is about to enter the building she has difficulty, but Lee Juno helps her and takes her to the lawyer's office. She introduces herself to some lawyers and then one of those lawyers takes the job application to the executive director. He is surprised that even though she has autism they are going to allow her to practice law because she is talented, however they are going to give her a case and if she fails they will have to fire her. Woo Young-yu is explaining some details about the case. While we see a brief argument between the elders, as she was accused of murder because she hit her husband. Then Woo Young-yu is introduced as the official lawyer and the client is surprised that she has autism, but then remembers that he had seen her before and accepts her. She goes to the lawyer and explains the case and tells him that the case is not a criminal case but a civil case, because the woman did not want to kill her husband as he was the source of income in the household. The lawyer was impressed with all the information Woo Young-yu gave him and realizes how talented she is. Then he apologizes to her. Woo Young-yu was recommended to go to the hospital for a hearing and Lee Juno was also recommended the same. He helps her out of the building and shows her how it's done, then they both leave for the hospital. The doctor explained that the old woman's husband suffered a bruise from the tool his wife used to hit him, however no damage to the skull was found. Then they both go to the woman to find out why she hit her husband. I interrupt this video to remind you to subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell to be among the first to see our content. Woo Young-yu has a hard time getting out again and one of the lawyers gets angry and calls her stupid while helping her out. Woo Young-yu goes to court as a lawyer for the first time, but that day she didn't do very well. The next day of the case, the lawyer tells her to prove to the jury why the wife hit her husband. Then the husband tries to attack and so they take a break and take him to the hospital again. When the case was renewed, Woo Young-yu was about to win and suddenly the news comes that the husband died. They take advantage of this information and try to turn the case into a murder case. Woo Young-yu goes back to her office and thinks about the case again and the autopsy report comes in. Then she starts thinking about the medical report and interviews the doctor and comes to the conclusion that the lady's husband was already suffering from a brain hematoma before his wife hit him, which turned this case into a civil case. Then the woman gives her a hug as a thank you for what she did in the case, as it can be considered her first achievement as a lawyer. Then the executive director of the law firm appears and talks to Woo Young-yu's dad. Apparently, they have known each other for a long time. And that's the end of chapter 1. With this information, we can know that even though Woo Young-yu has autism, she has a great talent for memorizing laws and solving cases. So even though she is talented, she is expected to face many difficult situations as many do not understand people with this condition. We can also interpret that there will be a special bonding between her and Lee Juno. And as the ending shows, apparently, Woo Young-yu's dad and the executive director know each other very well and maybe they might have a past love affair. If you like this video, please like and share it with your friends.